So hi everybody and welcome to the Blockchain Founders Group Season 5 Demo Day. So if you've attended the first one, well, this is even more exciting because this will be the second one that we're having because we just have too many great startups this year that this cohort that we had to showcase to all of you. So today presenting would be DeFi Builders, Drop System, and Stargazer. So you'll be hearing from three really great teams that we have lined up for you over the next hour. So just quickly, we're doing an introduction now, and in a couple of minutes, the startups will start pitching, and they'll take questions from the audience as well as the judges. And then after that, we'll wrap up with some closing remarks, and then move on to the end of the event. So nice to meet you all. My name is Melissa. I'm the head of ecosystem at Blockchain Founders Group. So yeah, just to quickly introduce myself, I do marketing and program operations for Blockchain Founders Group. So I run the events as well, like Demo Day, and I oversee, your follow-up from the program, after that, and link you to ecosystem players that you might want to or need to be connected to. So just let me say a few things about BFG before we get started. So we are a Germany-based accelerator, and we focus on super early stage startups, preferably at pre-seed stage. So we are talking about startups that are finalizing their MVP, meeting their first clients, getting their first revenues. Typically, we provide around 100K per deal. We have a very strong focus on Web 2.5 and Web 3 startups. So projects with touch points on blockchain, DLTs, DeFi, infrastructure, metaverse, on-chain analytics, NFTs, all across most verticals. So all these are part of our focus areas. So far, we've backed over 20 startups and we have a relatively global focus. So you can be based in the Middle East, Asia, Europe, US, or LATAM. As long as the team, the market, and the idea is promising, you have a chance of being part of our next cohort. Historically, we have had a focus on equity investments, but recently we have expanded that to include token investments. So I think it's a great opportunity for projects that are launching their tokens. So you're also very welcome to apply to our accelerator program. I'll just quickly meet the BFG team as well. All this would not be possible without our managing director, the core team, as well as the board of directors. So we have Sarah, our managing director, who's based in Germany. And we have Max and Yongchan, who are based in Seoul, Korea. And myself, I'm based in Singapore. And meet our board of directors. They come from a wealth of expertise in regulation, serial entrepreneurship, and venture capital. So yeah, it's a great team that we have put together. So meet our judges for today. I'm really excited to introduce Abhishek and also Andreas. So Abhishek is a season 2 participant of our accelerator program, and we are so happy to have him come on as a judge today. Maybe Abhishek, can you just share a few words about yourself as well?
Hello everyone, I'm Abhishek. I'm the founder of Clamp. I went through the season 2 accelerator, the second batch of BFG's accelerator, where Clamp essentially made it through there. And what Clamp does is we make it simple for anyone to get started in crypto with crypto indexes. These are catered especially around passive investment. After going through BFG's accelerator, we also got a 100K grant from Polygon. So we are one of 6 consumer facing dApps or projects to get that non-equity grant from Polygon. And thanks for inviting me. So look forward to your pitches and happy to help in any ways I can.
Awesome. We will catch Andreas later during the pitches, and I'm so excited to introduce our startups for today. So we're looking at Meet DeFi Builder. So they are a no-code tool to building your DeFi projects. And next we have Drop System. So it's a mint and rebate mechanism in the loyalty space. And we have Stargazer, who are aiming to enhance trust through unifying identities across the digital space. So each startup will have 6 minutes to pitch, followed by 5 minutes of Q&A from the jury panel, as well as the audience on YouTube live stream. So maybe without further ado, we'll just get to the pitches. I'd like to welcome Daniel and Alex from DeFi Builder.
Hey, thank you for having us. Okay, is my screen showing all right?
Yeah,
Perfect. Should we get started?
sure.
Awesome. Thank you guys for having us. My name is Daniel. I'm the CEO at DeFi Builder, and I'm joined today by my CTO, Alexei. And at DeFi Builder, we're currently building the WordPress of Web3. So we're allowing Web3 builders the tools to quickly, cheaply, and securely launch DeFi applications and token assets on any blockchain with no coding required. The reason we are doing this is because when we joined the Web3 market initially about 4 years ago, we had several issues with development, particularly with the high skill that is required to develop and the high cost that you need to hire a development team. If you go down the freelancer route, you often have security issues with some of those developers. Timelines might be very extended, and you might not find the skill-specific developer that you need for your project. So that's why we created DeFi Builder. And currently we have DeFi Builder AI, which is a low-code solution for developers. It allows them to generate smart contract code on EVM blockchains, compile them. It allows them to do an AI audit of the smart contract generated. And then once everything is in check, it allows them to deploy the contract directly through us. The biggest feature that we have, and the one that we just launched recently, is our modular builder. This one allows users to deploy ERC20, 404, 721, 1155 token assets with various customizations attached to them. It allows them to deploy multiple DeFi app modules. So this could be DXs, lending and borrowing platforms, and many others. And most importantly, front-end customization to make their project their own. And lastly, they will also have a management dashboard that allows them to remove or add new modules onto their project to always keep it fresh and to have a roadmap that is extensive for their project. Lastly, we're going to be working on a module marketplace, which is sort of going to decentralize the way that our platform operates, because it will allow third-party developers to create modules that are compatible with our platform. So if there's a new trend in the market and someone wants to bring it onto our platform and sell it really fast, they can do so. And it will always increase the amount of options that we have for our clients. And it will also offer training for our AI model. Just to touch a little bit more on the modular builder, this one allows you to launch your idea in less than 1 day for complex modules and for tokens and other assets in minutes, essentially. In the first version that we launched this week, we have customizable ERC20 tokens, and we also have pre-sale contracts. And then in the coming weeks, we're going to have front ends for them as well. So we will have token landing pages and front ends for pre-sales. We currently support over 20 EVM chains, and this is a very important point. And at this point, you might be wondering why so many chains and why would we offer a service that lets people fork projects? There's actually a very good reason for this, and it comes down to traction numbers. So everyone wants to be very original in crypto, but the truth is that forked projects have a TVL of over $30 billion at the moment. And this is quite a low point in the market where the main narrative is focused around tokens with no features attached to them. But 2021 was very different, where most of the TVL was coming specifically from forked projects on a ton of chains. And currently there's over 303 mainnet chains, of which most of them are EVM and many more to come this year that are going to be launched. As far as our personal traction achievements, we have over 1,000 founders across various private blockchain groups that we own on several blockchains that are also partners with us. We have around 2,000 followers and 300,000 organic impressions from various hackathon victories, blockchain campaigns with partners. We won about 9 hackathons so far, and we have about $45,000 in prizes from that, and 7 LOIs with different blockchains, the biggest one being Linea at the moment. And currently, we have about 1,000 smart contracts generated and tokens deployed through our platform. As far as the team goes, we have 7 full-time members. We've launched 3 major DeFi projects in the past with different narratives, raised over $4 million together through our own launchpads and the grant programs that we did for other projects in our ecosystems. We've managed over $80 million in TVL, and currently we're in the BFG accelerator and just completed it. As far as the roadmap goes, so far, by the end of Q2 and beginning of Q3, we've launched our DeFi Builder AI service, our modular builder V1, and currently we're focusing on the V2 with Launchpad, DEX, and revenue sharing support. Later on in Q4, we're going to focus on liquidity farms and staking modules. And in the beginning of 2025, we will focus on the modular marketplace with an initial beta for developers where they can test it out and start getting familiarized. And in Q2, we will have the first launch where they can actually sell their modules. And they will also have a security system where auditors can verify their modules live and approve them for the platform. Revenue streams, as far as they go, we currently have deployment fees, So based on the complexity of the module that the user is selecting, the prices will be different. Something very important about this is the fact that we will try to undercut development costs by at least 90%. So if users are selecting us rather than a development team, they will be saving 90% of their cost on development. We will also have module royalties. So if a user deploys a DX or a farm, we will take a percentage from the earnings that they get through that module. We will also have a subscription model, and this is specifically tailored for front-end hosting, since we will have to manage that for the users. And this will vary from a low cost of around $20 to $50 per month for average projects to an enterprise option for projects that require a lot of infrastructure. And we will also have marketplace royalties. So every time a developer sells something through our marketplace, we will take a commission from that as well. Lastly, what we're looking at in the pre-seed raise right now is $300,000 at a valuation of $3 million, which would give us a very comfortable runway of at least 20 months with much improved HR and development on the team, so we can really speed up our development process. We can actually start widespread marketing campaigns for the product, security audits with top-tier firms, and of course, all of the server and infrastructure costs. And yeah, that's about it. So I think I was right on time.
Yeah, you were. Thanks so much, Daniel. Abhishek,
Thank
you
you.
can go ahead and open with any questions for the team.
Hi, Daniel. So
Hello.
first, I want to understand, what is your ideal user persona, or what is your customer persona that you think is perfect for someone who wants to come and they will prefer using DeFi Builder versus doing it directly?
Yeah, so I think the ideal customer persona would be Web3 teams that potentially have a concept for a project, everything in place, the marketing resources, but they don't have a development team, or they want to focus most of their budgeting on marketing and getting widespread appeal for their project rather than spending all of their money on development.
Okay, what I want to understand, again, the same question on a much deeper scale. If there's a perfect user persona you have of, let's say, example of some project or some product which you think could be forked on another chain, brought to a new chain, and understand this, if a team actually has some budget, if they are spending on marketing and all of that, they do have enough that they can make a, or even outsource or develop a team either from the subcontinent or from Africa. So what according to you is still the ideal customer or user persona which you have? For example, you will have in mind that, okay, this is a project or a product that, let's say, if DeFi Builder did it, it would be much cheaper, it would be much faster. So that's what we're gonna take it out and sell it outside.
Yeah, exactly. So it would be a person that has to launch a protocol on a specific chain. They want to do it as fast, as cheap, and as secure as possible without having to go through developers, without taking 1 month. The main advantage for the ideal customer persona would be, let's say that a new blockchain is about to launch and they need an ecosystem of projects, but it would take too long for developers to get them on there. With our protocol, in a few days, they could populate the entire chain with all of the core products.
Okay, let's say there's a new L2 that's coming up on Move. Are you aware of Move? Yep.
Yeah.
So there's a new L2 coming up on Move, and I wanna fork let's say I wanna fork Compound or Aave and take it to the L2 on top of Move. Is it possible?
On Move, so that would be a different programming language from EVM chains, right?
Yes, yes.
On EVM. So it's only EVM chains, and in the future we're gonna branch out to non-EVM.
Okay, because what I'm seeing lately is that a lot of these L2s which are coming up, there's a fundamental shift in building L2s on top of non-EVM L1s. So if you want to build something like a no-code builder which helps teams quickly move and deploy something there, you'll want to understand how will this work on non-EVM chains, especially the newer L2s that are coming up probably.
Yeah, but also a lot of L2s are coming up with EVM compatibility as well. So that's why we want to focus first on this department, get better there, and once we have a significant market share, we'll look over other technologies like Move or Fuel or Near.
Yeah, I've been in contact recently with several blockchains that have unorthodox tech stacks, And they're typically have a point on their roadmap where they're going to try to turn EVM compatible or have a side chain that is EVM compatible because they're really struggling with adoption from developers and founders.
Correct. Can we go back to your revenue slide?
Yeah. Sure. Well, wait, should I share my screen again? I think I got
Yeah.
interrupted. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Can you see it?
Yes. So
Perfect.
one question I had is when you're charging $200 for a pre-sale deployment,
Yes.
do you think the offering is worth it that someone will not go to third web, do it directly, but come to DeFi Builder and spend that $200 to deploy a contract for pre-sale token launch?
Actually, a lot of the projects that offer pre-sale setup, they cost more than this. And in our case, we allow them to self-host. So they don't have to go to any third parties. They can essentially have their own domain, their own customized website with their own pre-sale on their project.
Okay.
That's the advantage.
Can we go to your runway slide? The ask.
Yes.
Yep. I think just an advice would be, if you're building in crypto or in Web3, you might not want to aim for 20 months. What you might want to aim is a shorter runway, 6, 8, 10 months. But you want to take that chance of, take that risk of building things very fast, taking a lot of feedback, doing a lot of things quickly. Because crypto changes so quickly that, in let's say 6 to 8 months, you might end up doing something absolutely different, or you might get a lot of user feedback and make a small pivot or inculcate some feedback as well in the product.
Yeah, for sure. The good thing about our project is essentially that it works along with market trends. So if new technology comes out, we can integrate it onto the platform and it can always stay up to date. And when we're going to have the marketplace for developers, they can be the ones that either bring new trends directly to our platform for users, or they integrate them quickly. So they can make profit by selling them to a wide user base that needs something really quickly for a specific trend.
Awesome. Thank you so much. So that's the end of my questions.
Thank you.
Thanks so much for this, Abhishek. Daniel and Alex, I do have 2 questions from the live stream, so I'll just quickly read them. So, who bears the risk in the instance where a team that uses your solution to create their smart contract ends up getting exploited due to a security issue?
Yeah, sure. That's a great question. So we are using resources that have already been battle tested specifically for DX, lending and borrowing protocols in the future. So you could think of applications like PancakeSwap or Uniswap that haven't really faced any major exploits. All of the smart contract side will be as battle-proof as possible on our end. And down the line, once we have more funding available, we will be going down the route of getting security audits from bigger firms and potentially insurance on the modules that we have available on our platform. So in that case, we would have companies that would take the beating if something were to happen.
All right, sounds good. One more question. What are the customer acquisition channels that you'll be using to acquire customers?
Sure. So in crypto, it's actually quite challenging because you can't really use Google ads, Facebook ads. It's a bit of a mess compared to other SaaS protocols in Web2. In our case, we're working very closely with blockchains. So we partner up with them. That way we have an easy way to reach to their community of users, founders, and builders. And that's been our main strategy so far. The other ones that we're testing are some more new Web3 ads protocols. We're trying out Brave ads and Telegram ads for the campaign for Modular Builder right now.
Awesome. Yeah, that's it from me. All right, thanks so much, Team DeFi Builder. We'll move on to the next team, Drop System.
Thank you.
All right, thank you. Let me share my screen.
Yep.
Yeah, can you see my screen?
Yeah, perfect.
Okay, great. Okay, hello everyone. My name is Kathy Lai. I'm the co-founder of Drop System. Drop System is a one-stop loyalty solution that allows users to earn from essentials and unlock surprises. Okay, so I want to share with you my experience 2 weeks ago at a coffee shop that I haven't been for a while. And then I showed the bottom one, this stamp card, to the cashier. And then the cashier said to me, okay, sorry, this card was very old and invalid. And then she passed me this card instead and asked me to collect from the beginning with the expiry date end of this year. And I bought the coffee at the end, but I thought I may not go back again. Points expiration is just one of the many problems of current loyalty programs. Not to mention, each of us manages more than 16 programs where points are not interchangeable. Some shops were even shut down at the points, and the points became useless. Okay. So the reason for all these comes down to merchants' liability, and merchants owe customers more rewards when points are given out. And they want to offload this liability by setting expiry dates and forfeiting points. But it makes loyalty program less attractive to customers. And that's why merchants are also questioning the effectiveness of loyalty programs while they spend so much money on running them. We created Drop System to remove this root cause by tokenizing loyalty points through our mint and rebate mechanism, resulting in unifying the brands together into one platform and creating new business opportunities for merchants. Merchants first pay to mint tokenized loyalty points drops. A portion of that payment is to fund the rebate pool, and then customers redeem a reward in the ecosystem, and merchants will receive rebate from the pool based on the number of drops redeemed at the store. Everybody is transacting drops in this ecosystem. Blockchain infrastructure provides a custodian of the rebate pool in a transparent and secure way. Together with our mint and rebate mechanism, our platform can transform merchants' liability to business opportunities because merchants welcome redemption from other brands' customers to earn the rebate. Sorry. And then, so to consumer, it's a one-stop loyalty platform with a huge variety of brands with protection and ownership. Currently, drops are issued in the form of ERC 1155 with a fixed value. Blockchain also allows us to include ERC20 tokens in the future to further increase the flexibility of incentivization and move the protocol to a decentralized ecosystem with the issuance of governance token. Our concept was proven in our recent soft launch. Merchants love and welcome the idea, and we have onboarded 11 pilot merchants in 2 months, in which 7 are paying customers with 150% increase in revenue, and we gained 350 end users. And we activated partnership with Google and Day One Dating app and have more than 20 confirmed brands for reward redemptions. Drop System is supported by MPC wallet and compatible with OTC QR code for WhatsApp or printed cards for easy drops distribution by merchants to users. The system also supports API integration with POS, online store, and NFC tapping functionality. The video here is showing for user redemption, no installation is required at the physical store to complete the transaction. Our objective is to transition the centralized loyalty market to decentralized ecosystem. The global loyalty market is about $143 billion. We will start in Hong Kong, Japan, Korea, and Thailand to convert the SME retail market into this ecosystem, and then we'll expand the network to existing loyalty programs and other countries. We see ourselves as the competitors of current Web2 solutions with our easy-to-use interface. Our key differentiators include merchant rebate, which is not available in the Web2 solutions, in addition to instant transactions through smart contract execution and an affordable solutions for SME retailers. We are charging $13 per month for 100 drops as a minimum for merchants distribution. Our solution is at least 50% cheaper than current Web2 solutions with no setup fee, and it supports merchant rebate. We expect an average income of $3,500 per merchant, and our profit margin is 40 to 50% after the rebate. Our team comprises seasoned entrepreneurs. My CTO, TH, and I both have more than 20 years of running e-commerce experience. Apart from the traction we've made so far, we have 2 corporates agreeing to work with us with 150,000 users and $100 revenue in the pipeline. Our 2-year roadmap includes expanding our merchant network to the Asian countries and introduce tokenomics to attract DGen Web3 users. We will then transform the ecosystem to community-owned protocol with the implementation of governance tokens. With this roadmap, we're expecting to achieve $1 million ARR in a year with 5 loyalty programs or corporate partnerships, 300 paying customers, and 1 million end users. We are targeting a compound quarterly growth of 95% with an average annual spending of $3,500 per merchant. To achieve this financial goal, we are seeking $500,000 to grow the team in product development and invest in marketing. That's it, and thank you.
Thanks so much, team. Abhishek, you can start asking any questions that you have.
So the first thing I want to understand is, do you have a mobile app? And if yes, is it live, or at what phase of the development you are? Second, what network is this deployed on?
Okay, for the first question, we are not deploying on a mobile app. It is a web app. So the reason is that we did some market research, and then we found that actually users will only open the app and then when they need it. And then so at the time when they are at the store, and then they stand in the cashier, and then they are trying to find the app on the mobile phone, which is very inconvenient. So that's why we decided to build it on web app, and then for users to just scan the QR code at the cashier so that they can go to the website directly. So that's one. And then for two, we are building on Polygon at the moment.
Okay, so fair enough. I want to understand, how did you get your early users, and how did you convince merchants to sign up for the service?
Okay, so at the moment, we are getting the merchants to sign up based on our kind of like network. We reach out to the SMEs. So we are targeting SME at the moment because they have the available solution in the market are not very suitable for them to join, or it's too expensive for them to join. So that's why we first targeting the SME kind of retailers to join us with. In the beginning, we will give them some free drops to try. And then once they get used to it, and then we will charge them a monthly fee. But in our future roadmap, we are in discussion with a payment gateway at the moment. So to streamline the kind of like sales process, we'll partner with payment gateway, for example, the online payment gateway or the physical kind of like card machine. So to add on this service as part of the kind of like, the value added service to the retailers to a certain percentage. That's our plan to make our sales process more, even faster, and also to get like these kind of like partners to sell on our behalf.
All right. So Albi, did you apply to the recent Polygon Thrive grant program that went live, I think?
Yeah, the consumer one, I haven't. I did not. I missed the deadline. So I'm going to apply for the one, the general one. Yes, the grants. Yes.
So if you need any help around it, happy to connect you with Polygon directly to the person who leads those grant team and everything. So happy to give that one. Second would be, are you aware of Me Protocol, which is already a BFG startup that does the exact same thing, and other Web3 competitors? Because there's a Web2 comparison that I could see, but I did not find a Web3 competitor analysis.
Yeah, it's a very good question. Actually, I met Rob at the portfolio day. So we both agree that actually we are not competitors, even though we are building a similar things in this in the Web3 space, because we both believe that we are using these like Web3 or blockchain infrastructure to connect and consolidate like different programs together. So we see each other as partners, and I know that he is focusing more on the US and European market, and that I can be the one focusing on the Asian markets. So we already exchange contact, and then we will be in talk to see how we can work together.
Okay, all right. And is there any other model which you've thought about for revenue generation besides collecting a fee from merchants who use your platform or product?
Yeah, so we are also in talks with event organizers at the moment. So apart from just like for the users to buy a product and get the points, and then it can also be used as a for the marketing campaigns. So for example, when one drop can redeem certain discount offer for some shops. And we actually try that at some events for our existing merchants. And then they welcome this idea because they want to take this opportunity to kind of attract new customers as well. So we've done that. And also we are in discussion with a Web3 event in Hong Kong to support them to connect, with them souvenirs from our merchants. And then so it can be used, the tool can be used to be, to promote their brands at the event. And also to kind of attract these event participants to the offsite shops, which is our merchants. So this is something that we are exploring as well. And as it can be on top of what we are offering as loyalty program.
Okay, so thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thanks very much, Abhishek and Drop System team. We do have some questions from the live stream, just two if you can take them. So the first question is, what is the benefit of building this on the blockchain over Web2?
Yeah. Okay, so I think I also explained a little bit in my earlier slide. Yeah. So basically we build it on blockchain, and so apart from the rebate, which is stored on ERC 1155, and then we can also issue the governance tokens that is moving the that is moving the kind of like ecosystem to be governed by the merchants themselves and also other stakeholders in the ecosystem. And so that's one. And also we can also increase the flexibility of the incentivization elements in the whole protocol to attract and motivate the stakeholders in the ecosystem to use more in here with the ERC20 tokens. So that is the benefits of building this rather than the Web2 kind of like infrastructure. And also blockchain itself provide a transparent and secure kind of like bookkeeping of all the records. So which is also reduce our time to do, people don't need to do reconciliation, basically.
All right, thank you. So one more question. How do you deal with cases where certain brands get more redemptions than others? For example, will it be a case where less popular brands end up funding the sales of more popular brands?
That is possible. So it also depends on how attractive your rewards is, for example. So I assume that the question is referring to the rebate. Is that right? Or
yeah.
So in the case of rebate, and then it all comes down to how attractive your rewards is. So if your reward is very attractive, it is very possible that people like to redeem your item. But it is equivalent to like what you see in the commercial market. If your product is very attractive at a good price, and then people will just come to you. So we are just providing this ecosystem, and then which is quite equivalent to the commercial market, but we are using drops as the kind of the, I don't want to say currency, but it works like a currency to exchange to some rewards.
Okay, thanks for your answer.
Okay, thank you.
All right, so just want to thank Drop System for the past, I think, pretty intense 12 minutes of pitching and Q&A. Now we'll move on to the last and final team, Stargazer. Max and his co-founder will be coming on.
Yes, and we actually having a reunion in physical life just for BFG.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Hi, everyone. I'm Max, CEO and co-founder of Stargazer. We're building the multi-graph for verifiable internet. we are addressing problem of Web3 fractionalization caused by emergent chains. Users are active on multiple chains, but businesses have limited view and missing opportunities. So we consolidate on-chain and off-chain data into a multi-graph to create a comprehensive map of verifiable internet to navigate through. So our product and our solution is a single graph environment where we consolidate off-chain and on-chain data, match it with reconstructed smart contract ABIs with identity protocols, so and deliver it through flexible GraphQL and REST APIs environment in chain agnostic OLAP system to query your business case, not a specific chain. Our prototype of our multi-graph is ready. We are startup program participants among reliable Web3 infrastructure companies, and we can leverage their ecosystem to scale up our ecosystem. Yeah, and our demand is validated. We have 3 paying B2B customers, and we also have over certain companies in our wait list for their use case on the top of our graph. And we have specific use cases with all of them. And we divided on 3 big segments. First one is CRM and analytics. So we can provide data for analytical and CRM tools in a more efficient way, and they can save their infrastructure costs, their developers' time, and focus on analytical stuff and to work on it and to find their insights. The same thing with institutional clients. Most of them, they have custom security policies, and we can save a lot of resources for them, providing just environment to create queries, not entire OLAP ecosystem. And also we provide a knowledge graph for our on top of our multi-graph to build AI products and to develop your own apps with automated scenarios. But it's better to show you our prototype quickly. Yeah, and so it's our documentation. It's our documentation, and I can just copy. Yeah, it's our documentation, and here you can see in our. I can just in Zoom click this change. Okay, it's how can I change tab? Yeah. I just can't. So sorry for that. I can make it.
Yeah.
No,
share it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So make it manually. For example, it's a query example where we can run it and receive data about smart contract, any smart contract, and receive exact what happened and who did it. And also with our builder, you can build your own detailed recursive requests to like balances, addresses, all the stuff. But we are working on pre-built templates for it. Yeah. So come back to our presentation. Our market is is indexed applications. As we understand all activity across our index chains, we know what to offer them, and we just build templates to reach out for our obtainable markets. And as we connect new chains, our market will grow in scale. Our approach is to our unique sales approach is to consolidate, to provide infrastructure with included consolidated data. Yeah, so we will charge just like basic B2B model with usage-based fees for API access and computation units. We also launch our own utility token to pay for our services and to stake it to receive discounts and become eligible for ecosystem rewards. We launch ecosystem rewards to facilitate multi-graph usage and to leverage community of our customers and to motivate them to make more actions on chain. So we have a real-time dashboard with all applications, and they can make flexible staking and delegation features, and also could add flexible customer rewards based on any on-chain, off-chain triggers supported by our graph. And we invite our like chains and ecosystem to participate in our pre-sale, and they will receive not only integration token, but also their ecosystem become eligible for our ecosystem reward participation, and their users will be eligible for our community airdrop. We have detailed roadmap which we could discuss later, as well as tokenomics, but briefly, your pre-sale participants are available for so receive more bonuses as participate in ecosystem rewards before the TGA, and to receive more tokens during this period. We have a dedicated team to deliver Stargazer, and I'm out of time, so I thank you for your time, and I appreciate your questions.
Thanks so much for that, Max. Abhishek?
Hello. So the first one I want to ask is, I saw that your initial target of market or the audience is 50,000 dApps which are on EVM chains. So what is your outreach strategy? Forget the 50,000. What is the outreach strategy for the first 10 or the first 100 dApps? And what does your ideal customer persona look like?
Yeah, so we already outreached much more than first 10 customers. We have over 30 customers in our wait list, and they are ready to pay, but they're just waiting for their use case because they don't want to deal with all this graph stuff by themselves. Our strategy is simple. We outreach infrastructure providers, we outreach blockchain foundations, and just offer them our service and to contribute for their ecosystem. But our focus not SME, because they ask more questions, but they pay less. Yeah, so we are focusing right now on big analytical companies and institutional customers who consume more data and more requests, and they have experienced team who understand how to work with big data and save our time too.
Correct. I saw that there were 3 paying customers in the slide. So what is the usage of these 3 customers? Like, what are they using your stack for right now?
It's for analytical purposes, yeah. So as we have only MVP with limited number of pre-built templates, our 3 customers is EVM layer 1, identity protocol, and RVA platform. They're using us for analytical purposes to get some insights, and also they provide meaningful feedback to create new templates which could be used for analytical purposes.
All right. So I think you do plan to be multi-chain, right?
We are already multi-chain. We
Multi-chain.
support 6 EVM chains right now.
Right. In that case, have you looked at Zappo and Zerion, who provide a similar service?
And they are not providing the same service. So like Zerion, of course, we know them. We also like have some kind of negotiation with them. So we are not providing just like data API or just infrastructure for builders. We provide comprehensive graph with opportunity to build on the top of it. And that's our approach, that we not provide just tool, we provide it with built-in data. And it's really rich data warehouse with all data consolidated, structured, with ABI, abyss of smart contract classified, with identity contract constructed. So it's more than just an API with on-chain data.
All right. Have you looked at working with something like Privy or Magic? Because these providers make it simple for non-native users to get started into crypto. And these are the kind of users wherein, you don't have a lot of on-chain data for.
So no, we have account abstraction support in our backlog, yeah. But so right now we are a startup, yeah, and we delivering just like templates from our wait list, yes. Account abstraction is in our web list, waiting list, but it's not so easy template to deliver because it's big problem. So account abstraction simplify onboarding, but it makes identity management with all these account abstractions across chains so hard to manage. And so we can deal with it because our graph infrastructure is like a match to understand account abstractions and actions and identities behind. But it's in our backlog. It's not our ready-to-use template, unfortunately. But by the end of this year, we will understand all account abstractions, I suppose.
Okay. Thank you so much. Wish you all the best.
Thank you.
Thanks, Max. So one question from the live stream. Assuming you had the capital you needed, what is the main roadblock that you are facing in terms of growing this business?
In terms of what? Sorry.
In terms of growing this business.
So we have challenged to deliver this pre-built template as fast as our company from waiting list ready to wait. Yeah, because also when we say that we will deliver this template in 3 months, they thinking about alternative solutions or building it in custom, yeah, internally because it's big customers. And in this case, to deliver and to cover all our all this demand which we are faced with, we need to scale our developers team, and also we are raising through our token that could also leverage activity and interaction with our multi-graph, because it's just to facilitate these verifiable interactions. So we raise to hire more devs to deliver faster for our companies from waitlist, and also we're raising it through token that could assist us to scale and to cover our obtainable market through ecosystem rewards.
All right, thanks so much for that, Max and Abhishek. So that concludes the pitching and Q&A segment of this demo day. So I'll just quickly wrap things up. Just like to thank everybody for joining us today, spending the past hour with us. So right now we do have a very exciting announcement. So this just happened today. So I'd like to officially announce that season 6 of our Web3 Startup Accelerator program is officially open. So for those who are new and hearing this for the first time, we are Blockchain Founders Group. We run Startup Accelerator programs for Web3 founders and early stage startups. So our 8-week Startup Accelerator, this is our 6th edition, and it will run from October to December. So the application deadline is 1st of September 2024. So you can take a look at the summary on the right. So the cost of the program is actually free. And we have the duration and the location as well. So we are thankful to be a remote first program. So this means that applications, participants from all over the world, you're welcome to join us. The programs are usually held on Zoom. And yeah, for those startups that we are extremely promising, we will pledge a financial support of up to 100 euros. So yeah, applications are open on our website now, and they will be announced through LinkedIn and our newsletter shortly. So do subscribe to our newsletter and stay on our LinkedIn to get more information about the program. So to all the pitching teams, it's been a pleasure having you with us today. We hope that this experience has been interesting for you. and we wish you all the best. With that, I'd like to thank our judge for today, Abhishek, as well as the questions that came from the live stream, our startups, and all the viewers for spending the past hour with us. So the event recording will remain on YouTube, and the link will be sent to all participants as well. If you'd like to get in touch with any of the pitching startups, feel free to reach out to any of us on the team, or just DM Blockchain Founders Group on Twitter or on LinkedIn. To hear more about us, just subscribe to our newsletter, follow us on our official channels as well. With not much else, I'll be closing the event. I'd like to thank everybody for attending this today. And yeah, we'll see you soon. Bye-bye.